Welcome back. Today we are going to deal with secondary sources of information. Secondary sources of information are either compiled from or refer to primary sources of information. It deals with the information about primary or original information. It consists of recognized, repackaged knowledge rather than new knowledge in a suitable format for the purpose of easy location by the users. It is more easily and widely available than primary sources. The important secondary sources are union catalog, bibliographies, encyclopedia, indexing and abstracting periodicals, directories, biographical sources, geographical sources, statistical sources, etc. Bibliographies. The word bibliography derived from two Greek words such as biblion means a book and graphein means to write. Thus, the word bibliography means writing of books which later on changed to writing about books. The term bibliography was first used by Louis Jacob de Saint Charles. According to S.R. Ranganathan, it is a list of documents listed together for some purpose. The purpose is to bring to the attention of the reader an exhaustive and selective list of documents relevant to his pursuit of study or inquiry. It is a well-organized list of written information sources on subjects and gives direction to primary or other sources relating to some given subject or person. It is a list of bibliographical references to materials. It is a comprehensive list of reference materials on subjects, all material by author or material published during a specific period of time or in a particular language or in a specific geographical area. It may be lists of books, periodicals, documents and audiovisual materials, or it may be restricted to only one or two types of materials. It gives bibliographic descriptions of material like author, joined author, title, edition, publisher, date, price, etc. It may be comprehensive and annotated. It is usually arranged alphabetically by author, title, subject or a combination of both, chronological by date of publication and format of the material such as books in one section, periodicals in another and non-print materials in another. Bibliography differs from catalogue and indexes because both catalogue and indexes serve as sources for the compilation of bibliographies, and bibliography provide single access point to information. Function and its use. A bibliography acts as a key to the mass of literature that exists. It is the direct consequence of enormous growth in published literature. It helps the user in locating items of interest to user and their field of study. Following are the functions and use of bibliography. 1. It is a systematic guide to the literature of the subjects. Second one, it helps to ascertain detailed information about documents, and it gives details like name of the author or authors, collaborators, compilers, edition, name of publisher, year, language, etc. Third, it helps the user to know about literary achievements. Fourth, it promotes application of existing knowledge and promotes the creation of new knowledge. Fifth, it helps user to locate and identify required information sources in fast manner. It acts as a book selection tool for the library. Seventh, it serves as device for bibliographic control of literary output of nations. Eighth, it helps to avoid duplication of research and also helps in indicating the area where total research has been done and progressed. Branches of bibliography. There are 3 branches of bibliography and it is based on activities to aid the users. They are systematic or enumerative, It is the list of individual documents with minimum details and related materials in a logical or useful arrangement. It is usually enumerative because some sort of selection has prevailed in determining what to include. It will lead to effective access of information. It is most popular and is also used mostly as a reference tool by the research scholars and other users of the library. Analytical or critical. It is concerned with the detailed analysis of description of the documents. It is also concerned more with the physical aspects of the documents. They are of two types, descriptive and textual bibliography. Descriptive bibliography is to record the result of analysis in a standard form. Textual bibliography is to determine the effect of writing or the printing process on the correctness of the text. Historical. It is mainly concerned with the historical methods of making books, that it covers the history of writing, printing, illumination and binding. Let us move on to discuss the types of bibliographies. Bibliographies are regarded as the most important information tool in the library and documentation center because it allows free flow of bibliographic information on published literature. Discussing about the types of bibliographies, it is available in various forms. It may be universal, trade, national or subject. Universal bibliography. It is a list of all published materials of all subjects in all languages in all countries of the world at all times without restricting them. It includes everything that is published, issued or processed in the field of knowledge from the beginning to the future. The preparation of this type of bibliography is almost impossible due to the tremendous growth of knowledge and literature. Language is one of the constraints. Compilation and arrangement of entries in the bibliography is another barrier. For example, Library of Congress Catalogue of Books, British Museum, General Catalogue of Printed Books, Bibliotheca Universal and Cumulative Book Index. Library of Congress Catalogue of Books. It is a cumulative list of books represented by Library of Congress printed cards. It is continued by quarterly and annual cumulations. Subject headings are taken from Library of Congress subject heading list. It provides Library of Congress class number and Dewey Decimal number. British Museum General Catalogue of Printed Books. It is published by trustees of British Museum, London. It is one of the most precious records of human knowledge. Cumulative Book Index. It is a list of books published in English language and published by the H.W. Wilson Company. It was first published as a supplement to the United States Catalogue. A less frequently updated publication began in 1898. The last volume was published in 1999. National bibliographies. It is a list of books, periodicals, dissertations, theses, or other printed material produced in the country. It records the intellectual input of nations. These are an authoritative source for informing about the documents produced in a country. It is a useful guide for bibliographic control of documents of a nation and acts as guides to the book trade. It serves cultural, economic and social purpose. It can be used to search current as well as retrospective information. It is an authoritative source for information about the documents published in a nation. Ranganathan recognizes the following categories of national bibliography. First one, list of all books published in a country. Second one, list of all books on a country. Third, list of all the books published by citizens of a country. Fourth, list of all books published on all citizens of the country. And fifth, any one combination of the above. Example, Indian National Bibliography, British National Bibliography. Indian National Bibliography, INB. It is published by Central Reference Library in 1957. It is sponsored by the Department of Culture, Government of India. It records all the Indian publications at one place and has a bibliographical control tool. It does not include categories of materials like music scores, maps, periodicals and newspapers, keys and guides to textbooks, trade catalog, telephone directories, railway timetables. INB has two parts such as general publications and government publications. Each part has two sections such as classified and alphabetical part. It is quarterly publications. British National Bibliography, that is BNB. It is published by British Library Bibliographic Services Division since 1974, while earlier it was the Council of the BNB. It is a record of the newly published books in Great Britain. The materials like periodicals, music, maps, certain government publications, publications without a British imprint and cheap novelettes etc. are excluded in BNB. It is weekly publications and has two parts such as classified and alphabetical part. Classified part is arranged based on the 20th edition of Dewey Decimal Classification and prepared according to the second edition of Anglo-American Cataloging Rules. Subject bibliographies. Subject bibliographies form the largest group of enumerative bibliographies. It deals with single subjects instead of covering a universe of subjects, which may be a place, a person, a broad subject or a minute branch of any subject. It has to be prepared, keeping in view the class of user to be served. It may be published in form of full book or as part of a book or article in periodicals. Depending on the contents, subject bibliography can be categorized as reference bibliographies, reading lists, subject indexes and abstracting services and bibliographic reviews. Example, the New Cambridge Bibliography of English Literature, Asian Social Science Bibliography. The New Cambridge Bibliography of English Literature. Formerly, it was published as Cambridge Bibliography of English Literature in 1940 in 4 volumes and edited by F.W. Bateson. It is published by Cambridge University. It lists out publications on Old English, Middle English and Modern English. Asian Social Science Bibliography. It is a selective bibliography covering subjects like economics, sociology, social anthropology, social psychology, political science, social science, education and communication, and demography. It published material in English in forms of books, articles in periodicals, reports, government documents, etc. It covers materials from many Asian countries such as Burma, Afghanistan, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Iran, Korea, Laos, Malaysia, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Thailand and Vietnam. Trade bibliography. It is a list of printed books and other materials available for sale. Trade bibliographies are published by publishers, booksellers, distributors, printers and other large publishing firms for a specific country. It contains minimum bibliographic details and no annotation, though sometimes chapter headings may be listed. It is only meant for business. Trade bibliography is useful for small and medium library because they are interested in non-trade items. Example, British Books in Print, Books in Print USA, Indian Books in Print. British Books in Print. It is a type of trade bibliography and founded by J. Whittaker and Sons in 1874. It is a reference catalogue of British literature and covering British books and English language titles published in Europe. Books in Print USA. It is published by R.R. Bowker, New York in 1948. It is an annual trade bibliography listing all in print and forthcoming books covering more than 6 lakh titles from about 13,500 publishers. It provides author, title and subject access in several volumes with index. All publishers are annually invited to submit their listings for inclusion. Some classes of publications are excluded such as the government publications, some paper-bound books, etc. Indian books in print. It is a bibliography of Indian books in English language till January 2012 in 3 volumes. Volume 1 arranged alphabetically by author and contains information about title, edition, publisher, collation, illustration, price and ISBN. Volume 2 is arranged title wise and Volume 3 is classified according to Dewey Decimal Classification and is arranged subject wise. It is published by Indian Bibliographies Bureau. Author bibliography. It relates to an author recording every book or article written by him or attributed to him. It gives bibliographical details of the author. Example, Mahatma Gandhi, a descriptive bibliography. It is compiled by Dr. J.S. Sharma in 1955. It contains works by and about Mahatma Gandhi and also contains those works which influenced his life and works. It lists out books, articles in periodicals, press cutting, etc. It is divided into various parts under various headings. It provides full bibliographical details and annotations. It also provides events connected with Mahatma Gandhi in chronological order from October 2nd, 1869 to January 30th, 1948. Bibliography of bibliographies. It is a list of bibliographies recorded in a systematic and logical order. It consists of all types of bibliographies in various subject filed. Example, a world bibliography of bibliographies and of bibliographical catalogues, calendars, abstracts, digest, indexes and the like by Theodor Besterman. It is published by Societas Bibliographica Geneva. It covers manuscripts, books, pamphlets, periodicals and patents in all subjects. The entries are alphabetically arranged and cross-reference entries are also provided. The main concern of bibliography is the identification of the content in a book and also the selection of material. With the help of this, librarian can easily identify books and other reading materials. It helps quick and easy access to information for a general reader as well as a research scholar in particular field of knowledge. In this regard, bibliography plays an important role. Hence, it is one of the most important reference and information access tools. Union Catalogue. Union Catalogue is a catalogue listing holdings of 2 or more libraries. It provides bibliographic details of recorded and published literature in member libraries. It is one of the most important bibliographic tool widely used in library cooperation. Due to high cost of materials, libraries are not able to acquire all the resources being published in the world. Libraries can overcome these issues through library cooperation. The importance of Union Catalogue lies in promoting inter-library cooperation on local, regional and international level. The user consults the Union Catalogue to locate a given book, periodicals or newspapers in another library which may be in same city or elsewhere. International Encyclopedia of Library and Information Science defines Union Catalogue as a catalogue that contains not only a listing of bibliographic records from more than one library, but also locations to identify holdings of the contributing libraries. According to Harrod's Library Glossary, Union Catalogue is a catalogue of the various departments of a library or of a number of libraries indicating their locations. Functions of Union Catalogue. It serves as a tool for location of a given document. It helps in inter-library loan. To indicate total collection of resources of libraries in a given geographical area. It helps in the selection of library materials. It helps to avoid duplication of materials in a given geographical area. It serves as a useful source for obtaining bibliographical information. Types of Union Catalogue. There are different types of Union Catalogue on the basis of geographical location and kinds of materials. On the basis of geographical location, Union Catalogue is classified into local, regional, national and international. Among these types, National Union Catalogues is the most significant Union Catalogue because of its objectives, goals, format and especially the coverage of geographical area. Geographical location based Union Catalogue. Local level. It lists the holdings of local libraries. Regional level. It lists out the holdings of regional libraries. National level. It is the most important form of Union Catalogue. It is compiled at the national level in a country. International level. It lists out the holdings of international institutions. Forms of material. Union Catalogue can also be classified on the basis of kinds of materials. They are Union Catalogue of books, Union Catalogue of periodicals, Union Catalogue of newspapers, Union Catalogue of audio-visual materials. Some of the important Union Catalogues are briefly discussed. Union Catalogue of social science periodicals and serials. It was started in 1970 by NASDOC. This complete database consists of 32 volumes and holding records of 31,125 journals in 550 libraries in 17 states and 2 union territories, including a separate volume of the National Library, Kolkata. National Union Catalogue of Scientific Serials, NUCSSI, New Delhi. It is compiled by NISCARE and it serves as an ideal tool to access journal holdings information and encouraging library resource sharing. It is a data repository of a large number of unique journal titles and library holdings belonging to major universities, S&T institutions, R&D units of industries, higher institutes like IISc, IITs and professional institutes spread all over the country. British Union Catalogue of Periodicals, BUCOP. It is a record of the periodicals of the world from the 17th century to the present day in British libraries. It was published by Butterworth's Scientific Publications, London, in 4 volumes. Union Catalogue of CD-ROM databases in social science. It is a unique catalogue prepared by ICSSR under Indo-Dutch program. It consists of 200 databases available in 40 libraries and information centers in India. It covers all subjects of social science on which CD-ROM databases have been prepared everywhere in the world. With the advent of information technology, compilation of Union Catalogue has become easy. Union Catalogue is an extremely useful and indispensable aid for information services. It is highly useful for reference librarian in rendering information services in verifying bibliographical information. Indexing, abstracting and reviewing periodicals. Indexing, abstracting and reviewing periodicals is a secondary publication and are very important tools of reference and consultation in libraries and information centers. It gives information about already published primary documents such as articles and research papers in periodicals, reports, patents and conference proceedings. It acts as a communication link between originator of information and its ultimate user. It helps the user to locate their required information easily and quickly. Due to information explosion, demand of indexing, abstracting and reviewing periodicals increased. It is the simplest way to access literature. Indexing, abstracting and reviewing are 3 different concepts. Indexing is indexing periodicals. Abstracting is abstracting periodicals and reviewing is reviewing the periodicals. Functions of indexing, abstracting and reviewing periodicals. It brings together all current publication, those scattered in a number of sources. It is the key to librarians, scientists, research scholars and academicians for day-to-day reference and bibliographical work. It provides correct and complete bibliographical details of published documents, giving access to literature. It provides bibliographic control of literature either by country or by subject or by kind of materials. It helps to find out specific information which may not have been covered by books, encyclopedia and other literature. It helps to carry out study related to growth and pattern of literature. Indexing periodicals. The term index is originated from the Latin word indicare, which means indicate or point out the information where it is available. Index is a systematic list of items arranged in alphabetical or other chosen order. Indexing periodical is a regularly issued compilation of titles of articles that appear in current primary sources journals, generally new books, pamphlets, etc. It is an access tool to a systematically arranged list of periodical literature, and it provides complete bibliographical references of already published individual items of primary documents. It helps to locate original documents on a given topic of subjects. It is a serial publication. Index entries arranged in a systematic order by author, title or subject wise. Abstracting periodicals. Abstracting periodical is regularly issued compilation of concise summaries of articles in primary sources, important new research monographs, reports, patents and other primary sources publications. It consists of abstract of recently published journal articles. It helps the user to keep up to date in their field of study and well informed in a specialized subject. It also helps in finding specific piece of information and for acquiring background information. It enables the user whether the content of the document is fully read or not. It overcomes the language barrier and helps to prevent duplication. Abstracting periodicals are selective in their coverage and their frequency varies. It covers maximum number of periodicals on the subject and its allied fields irrespective of language. Every issue provides abstract and usually it is arranged by broader subjects. It is usually the product of learned societies, professional bodies, government bodies and some other published by individual publisher. Reviewing periodicals. Reviewing is the critical evaluation of information on a particular subject or topic. It may be considered as a critical synthesis of the state of knowledge or advances in given subject, its subdiscipline. It is the highest level of intellectual reprocessing of information. It is a narrative account of the progress of a particular field of study prepared by an expert in the field. It provides background information to a new problem. It is generally written by subject specialists and it contains critical comment. Reviews are two types. One is focused on bibliographical approach in a subject and second is focusing on particular scientific or technical problem and its solutions. Some of the important indexing periodicals are briefly discussed. Index Medicus. It is developed by National Library of Medicine USA in 1960. It covers periodicals of biomedical sciences, medicines, life sciences and other health related periodicals from around the world. It is a monthly indexing periodical and it has two sections, subject and name sections, which are arranged in alphabetical sequences. The index is available in both printed and online form. A medical subject heading list is published as part of January issue of Index Medicus and also published its abridged and cumulative issues under the title Abridged Index Medicus and Cumulative Index Medicus. Current content. It is published by Institute of Scientific Information, Philadelphia. It indexed science subjects, that is agricultural science, biology, environmental science, life science, physics, chemistry, geology, clinical practice, sociological and behavioral science, engineering, technology and applied science. A quarterly index of life science is also prepared. Another example of indexing periodicals are Applied Science and Technology Index, INIS Atom Index, Science Citation Index, Business Periodicals Index, Business Index, the Current Law Index. Library and Information Science Abstract, LISA. It was published by Library Association in London under the title Library Science Abstract. Since 1969, the title is changed to Library and Information Science Abstract. It is bi-monthly publication. It covered library and information science subjects and areas likely to be of interest to librarian and information scientists. It consists of about 400 abstracts, articles of periodicals, conference papers, books and pamphlets. Abstract is arranged in classified order on several headings and subheadings along with class number. Author and subject indexes are prepared and inserted in the middle pages. Annual index by author and subject are also published. Chemical Abstract. It was published by American Chemical Society in 1907 under the title Review of Chemical Research. From 1907, it is being published under the present name. It is weekly publication since 1967. Formerly, it was a fortnightly publication. It is the world's largest abstracting services in chemistry and chemical engineering. It covers about 12,000 scientific periodicals in 56 languages published from 106 countries and also patents published from 26 countries. Other examples of abstracting periodicals are Biological Abstract, Mathematical Review, Indian Library Science Abstract, Dissertation Abstract International, Asian Recorder, Keesing's Contemporary Archives, Index Chemicus. Annual Review of Information Science and Technology. It is an annual review of American Society for Information, Washington, D.C. It was started in 1960. It provides an analytical, authoritative and accessible overview of recent trends and significant developments in the field of information science and technology. Review of Higher Education. It provides a forum for discussion of varied issues affecting higher education. It is the official journal of the Association for the Study of Higher Education, ASHE. It is published by Johns Hopkins University Press, Baltimore. Other examples of reviewing periodicals are Review of Plant Pathology, Review of Research in Educational Annual Review of Psychology. In an era of information explosion, indexing, abstracting and reviewing periodical is the simplest way of providing access to literature. It saves time and is very useful in literature search and general reference work. They play a very important role in the growth and development of different disciplines. Let us now summarize what we have discussed so far. In this module, we discussed about the types and examples of bibliography, union catalog and indexing, abstracting and reviewing periodicals. Today, there is tremendous growth in literature and it caused a problem to the users to trace the required information. The above discussed secondary sources are very useful to trace the required information. Due to the application of computer, publication of these sources have improved a great deal. It helps in bringing information to the notice of those who need it rather quickly and are extremely useful tools. This way, they are playing specific and vital role among librarians, information scientists, academicians, research scholars to locate and identify required information sources. Now, please try to answer the questions. Write short note on bibliography. Differentiate indexing and abstracting periodicals. Briefly explain Indian National Bibliography and British National Bibliography. Explain the types of Union Catalogue with examples. Enumerate functions of Union Catalogue. What is indexing periodicals? Write a short note on LISA. Briefly explain the difference between abstracting, indexing and reviewing periodicals. Now, you may go through the reference books for further reading. Documentation and its Facets by S.R. Ranganathan, published by Asia Publishing House, Bombay. Physical Bibliography for Librarians, 2nd edition by S.R. Ranganathan, published by Asia Publishing House, Bombay. The Librarian's Glossary of Terms Used in Librarianship, Documentation and Book Graphs and Reference Book, 6th edition by Leonard Montague Harrod, Gower, London. International Encyclopedia of Information and Library Science, edited by John Feather and Paul Sturgis, Routledge, London. Reference Service by Krishnan Kumar, Vikas Publishing House, New Delhi. Manual of Reference and Information Sources, Volume 1 by Seva Singh, BR Publishing Corporation, New Delhi. Information Sources and Services by P.S.G. Kumar, BR Publishing Corporation, New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Hope this session was enriching. We shall meet with another topic. Goodbye.